Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek News. I'm going to be looking at Stefan Dora's Bucket King 3D, which is a new edition of The Bucket King, which was published by German publisher Cosmos in 2002. It's now back in a new edition with the rules in English, German, and Chinese from Jolly Thinkers. I've played 3 times on a press copy, and this game is not really a trick-taking game, but it's more like, just leave me alone. I don't want to play any tricks game, because you just don't want to be messed with. If you're not messed with, then you will get to keep your buckets, precious, glorious rainbow buckets, and win. Bucket King 3D is for 2 to 6 players. You have these plastic buckets here. In the original game, they were cardboard, and you would lay them out on the table. In this game, you actually make pyramids out of your buckets. With 2 to 4 players, you get 15 buckets each, 3 of each color. With 5 or 6 players, you get only 2. So you got these buckets here, gonna make a pyramid, but before I make a pyramid, I'm gonna look at the cards in my hand. Each player is gonna have a hand of 10 cards. Cards come in 5 colors, although you wouldn't know it from looking at my hand, since I have no purple. And the numbers range from 1 to 8, with each number appearing twice. So you're looking at your hand. Wow, I've got a lot of ones. I got a lot of garbage here. So you look at the strength of your hand, and then you build your pyramid after seeing that. I've got a lot of red and yellow, so we're going to put them sort of at the bottom. Let's not be too ambitious here, because the cards that you have are going to change as the game progresses. Okay, if I build this pyramid, I'm pretty much saying, yeah, I don't have any purple. I got a lot of red, maybe decent amounts of the other stuff. So you're giving away information about your hand based on how you build your pyramid. You can choose not to do that if you want, but that could end up being super foolish. All right, what you're doing, well, one player to start the round, choose a guy at random, he's gonna play 1 to 3 cards from his hand onto the table and pick a direction. 2 green. However many cards you play, 1 to 3, you draw only a single card and add that to your hand. I choose a direction, okay? 2. And I pass to the player to my left or right. This player now plays 1 to 3 cards of the same suit, that is color, and the total has to be higher than what I have played. Does this person have green? Oh, they don't have green in their hand. If you lack a color in your hand, if you choose not to go higher or you cannot go higher, you lose a bucket of that color. And you gotta poke it out. And when you do, you're gonna lose some other buckets probably. All right, so you should build your pyramid in order not to make that happen. All right, this card would go away. This player now leads in some direction. Let's say he plays 5 purple to me, draws 1 card. I don't have any purple. I can lose a bucket easily. And then you start. All right, that's the nature of the game. You're gonna go 1 to 3 cards, draw only 1, however many you play, choose a direction, and the other people have to go higher than you. If it gets back to you, if I played a 6 red and it gets back to me, I can always add more. All right, 5 more, 11 red. And we keep going. Play 2 cards and I only draw 1. Eventually, someone's going to run out of buckets. When someone loses their last bucket in a 2, 3, or 4 player game, the game ends, and whoever has the most buckets wins. With 5 or 6 players, you keep going. Those people are out of the game, no more buckets. You keep going until there are only 4 people left in the game, and then when one of those 4 people loses their last bucket, whoever has the most buckets wins. That's it for the rules. So you're trying to ideally dodge the tricks and have no one even target you to begin with. But if you got a big juicy stack of buckets there, they're gonna target you because of course they want to take you out. They might slam down a whole bunch of red cards at once. 14! Oh, do I have 14? If I don't have 14, I'm gonna lose this, which is then gonna cost me a couple more buckets. If this one were already gone and they did 14, I just lost 4 at once. Technically, the rules do say you have to poke them out. If you poke something out and then you separate your pyramid, then you lose one part of your pyramid. And everything gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay. That's how the game progresses. There's one variant rule where if you notice each of the ones has a rainbow that shows the other colors. Okay. And with this variant, when you play a 1, presumably to follow someone else's play, not when you lead, it's not exactly clear in the rules on that, you can play a off-color card, and then you can draw 2 cards instead of 1. All right? You have to play the color on the 1 on suit, but then you can throw off something else, and you get 2 cards to replace it. Because 1s are terrible, of course. They're 1s. 1s. Who wants a 1? Except when 1s are good. All right, you draw 2 cards to replace it, ideally getting better stuff. Okay, so there's one variant you can use. Strangely, one variant not used in Bucket King 3D, which was in the original, as far as I can remember, it's been a while since I played, is that if you match a player exactly, right? Someone puts down a red 7, you put down a red 7, either in 1 card or 2 or 3, however it is, you reverse direction and throw it back in their face. And it's a great, great way to play because you're never safe. You can't just start something, send the play around the circle, and then hope it never gets back to you, right? You are at risk of having that turned around against you. And so you really have to consider that when you're trying to decide which cards to play. Can you defend if someone goes out against you again? If I have only an 8 blue and no other blue in my hand, I gotta think about that. Well, where's blue? Where's blue in my pyramid? If blue is at the top, that might be okay, right? If blue is at the bottom of someone else, I'll take a chance and try to poke him out, make him lose a lot of stuff at once. So you got some things to think about in terms of how you play the game, how you manage your hand. You have to remember to draw cards. No one ever remembers to draw cards. I played 3 times now on this press copy. People just forget all the time, and their hand size gets smaller and smaller and smaller, which it'll do anyway if you play 2 and 3 cards, because you draw only 1 as a replacement. But they just forget. Oh, did I draw? Did I draw? Oh, I don't remember. Can I just draw? Not sure. And you're just like, no, eat a bucket! You can't draw anymore. You gotta remember to draw when it's time to draw. That is today's lesson from Bucket King 3D.